Hey everybody, this is Brett Lewis from L4 Group, and 2 days ago was the official start of summer for 2014, and nothing more appropriate than to start talking about some air conditioning frequently asked questions. So today I have Stephen Ohl from RF Ohl, who is a HVAC contractor. They install systems and repair systems as well. Stephen, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm doing awesome. So before we get into some of these frequently asked questions, you want to give everybody a little bit of a background as far as what RFO does and where you're located?
Sure. We're a heating oil and propane delivery company. We also specialize in HVAC systems, installations and repairs, um, mini split systems. We do heat pump. We do natural gas, propane, heating oil systems. We also have a hearth and patio shop where we sell barbecue grills, patio furniture, retractable awnings, fireplaces, and space heaters. We're located on 400 Interchange Road in Lehigh County, PA, which is Route 209, and this is our 30th year in business.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you guys are not just a brand new company. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, and you also you're located in Lehigh, but your service area is pretty extensive. Do you want to just touch on that?
Sure, we cover about a 50-mile radius of Lehigh. The nearest five counties would be Schulykill County, Monroe County, Carbon County, Lehigh County, and Northampton County. But if you're considering giving us a call, just give us a call and we'll let you know if we're able to get to your area or not.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's jump into some of these frequently asked questions that have come in. One of the most common ones is, someone's looking to either get a repair on an air conditioning system, or they need to install or replace an existing HVAC system. So they're always asking, what are some good tips for finding a good HVAC contractor?
Well, one of the big things is making sure that they answer the phone. Many times you call and you get an answering machine. We have a live person answer the phone 24 hours a day. So that's an important thing. Make sure they have a website. They're easy to communicate with. Free estimates are another big thing. That you want to have a project done. It's always nice to have somebody come out and do a free estimate for you. Make sure the names in the truck, that they're clearly identified. You want to check with friends and look out the website, just for any recommendations. Usually, that's the best way to come across the a really solid HVAC contractor.
Yeah, exactly. And also in the state of Pennsylvania, contractors in general need to be licensed, and they have to display that license on the vehicles, correct? And I think on like their letterhead and business cards and all that.
Correct. Yeah. If they have their name on the vehicle, they would definitely have to have a contractor number. Like for instance, ours is number 175. We got in there early and took care of it right away when the licensing came out. So our number's really short, but they could be up to, I believe, they're over 100,000 now in the digits.
So that means you guys were the 175th contractor, and that goes for any contractor, like any type of contractor, the 175th to register with the state?
Correct. That could be any contractor, and I'm not sure if they started with number one or where they started, but I know we did it. I believe the first day that they notified us that we just because not wanted to make we got in there and got it taken care of right away.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, you guys are right on top of the ball with that, so that's awesome. So, all right,
Thank you.
so let's move on to one of the other questions that comes up a lot, and that's, people are curious, how efficient are their air conditioning systems running? So they want to know, is there a way that they can tell, especially as, energy costs go up, year over year, and that's something that's on people's minds.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things is looking for temperature differences in the thermostat. You know, you might have it set at 72 and it's 78 degrees in the room. That's a sign that something's not right with the system. You can have a small difference in room temperature versus where you have it set. That's kind of normal, but when you have, you know, a 6 or 8 degree difference, that's something to definitely check out. You know, electric bills, if your electricity bill is just, you know, skyrocketed compared to what it was previous, you know, years or previous months. Now I know electric rates were up a little bit this year, so you have to factor a little bit of that in. But clogged filters are another big item. You know, make sure your air filters are clean. That can lead to icing, and by icing I mean it'll turn your outdoor unit into a block of ice. And there's really not much you can do, you know, when that happens other than let it thaw out. It'd be important to get an annual tune-up done. That's another thing that'll, you know, definitely help improve the efficiency of the unit. Plus, you'll spot any problems, you know, hopefully ahead of time. It's kind of like taking your car into, you know, for maintenance. You're getting the oil changed, and you say to the mechanic, hey, check the brakes and tires and make sure everything's good, rotate everything. That way you avoid a problem as you're driving. Well, the same thing with the air conditioning unit. You know, have a professional check it out and, you know, make sure there's no issues, because worst thing happens is coming up on July here and, you know, 4th of July weekend, you go to turn the unit on for the first time, that's when the problem happens. So you should really be doing your maintenance ahead of time and, you know, getting it checked out, even if you're not going to use it. But you know, that's really preventive maintenance is the main message that'll keep it running efficiently and spot any issues.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. I mean, and there's nothing worse than you know, like you said, 4th of July weekend, or you know, we've got August coming up, which is typically, you know, super hot for us, and being stuck in a house with no air. So and with that, I just want to touch on, you know, if you are in that situation, again, back to that first question about a good HVAC contractor. I mean, you really want to have a company, a service company that operates 24/7 and can come out in a holiday weekend, or you know, when you get home from work and you realize your air's out, you want someone to be able to come and fix it that night.
Yeah, and it's important to develop a relationship with your contractor. You know, just like you know, anybody else. You know, you go to a local butcher, you go to wherever. If you do have an issue, you want them to know, you know, what you need. You know, when you're home, certain things like that. You want to be able to trust the person that's coming in. So, you know, it'd definitely be nice to meet that person on more than just an on-demand basis. You know, they're going to take care of you during the you know, the preventive maintenance and also, you know, an emergency repair, because there are certain companies out there that just kind of specialize in emergency repair and they don't really take care of you on all the other issues, and you know, then sometimes you're you know, you're at their mercy when they can take care of you. So better off having a relationship, and you know, as long as that person's doing a good job for you and you're happy, you know, just stay with them.
Exactly, exactly. So now here's another question that came in, and this one caught my eye. I don't know how frequent this one comes up, but I thought I'd ask you. It's my air conditioner is tripping the circuit breaker. What should I do?
Well, if the air conditioner is tripping the circuit breaker, you know, you could reset it one time. But if it does it again, you don't want to keep doing that, because it could actually overheat it. You know, you have electrical components in there, also in the breaker boxes. You know, you're now causing heat to be generated. That's why it's tripping the electrical breaker switch. So if that happens, you definitely, you know, you don't want to keep doing that. You want to call a professional at that point, because you could have system damage. You could have a possible fire. You know, something along those lines. So you really don't want to mess around with the electrical situation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, basically, you know, if the circuit breaker's tripping, I guess that's an indication that something's wrong. So if it continues to happen time and time again, like you said, call your service rep to come out and take a look. So let's see.
Yeah, one time could just surge, but
what was that?
the one time could be a power surge, and after that it could be another issue if it's more than one time.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So now here's an interesting question. My air conditioning system is original to the house, and the house was built, 10 years ago, let's say. Should I replace the AC system?
I mean, the short answer is probably not yet. If it's having a problem because you don't really know, you didn't get to pick what system was in the home when you first started it. You didn't really know, much about, the system at that point. So you don't really know what you have there, but you can always call a professional and have them come out and check it. Again, on the annual maintenance, have them come out and take a look at it. They should be able to give you an opinion of, length of time. Once you're over the 10-year mark, though, you should really start considering getting a budget. Because you're going to be looking at a replacement more than likely in the next 3 to 5 years, with the efficiency improvements and upgrades. And once an air conditioning system starts getting to that 15-year mark, it's definitely time to think about replacement. It's kind of like think about a vehicle. You go back to the vehicle example. You're driving that vehicle for probably 4 to 5 years. You're replacing it, and you wouldn't drive that vehicle 15 years. By then, it's a classic. Well, you probably don't want a classic air conditioning system, so best to think about replacement. That's really best advice I can give you there.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely don't want to be having a classic system when it comes to air. that's
make the HVAC tech stay when he comes in, and it's 25-year-old system and it's still running. He's all impressed that it's still running, but he's going to tell you in the same hand, hey, it's really time to think about replacing this thing. It could just go any day and getting parts and things like that. So it's we do run across those systems that have been going that long, and they're out, but it's time to start thinking about replacement once they're over 15 years.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So and here's the last question. My air conditioning system will not come on. What do I do?
Well, the simplest thing to do is check for the thermostat. Make sure if you were gone for the day or something happened that nobody else messed with the thermostat or changed it to a different setting. Also check the battery if it's a digital thermostat. A lot of the people aren't aware that there's a little battery in there. A lot of times it's a triple or double A battery, and that just needs to be replaced, and then you're probably back up and working. If you're comfortable checking electrical, you can go over to the switch box and make sure that the breaker wasn't tripped, and might have been a power surge or something. And then the next step too would be your outdoor disconnect. Now there again, that's a comfort level on electricity, but they should be clearly labeled, the outdoor disconnect on your outdoor unit, and you can see if that's on or off. That'd be another big sign. A lot of times this time of year we have calls from landscapers and homeowners who have used weed whackers or other things around the HVAC outdoor unit, the air conditioning, and they've cut a line or they've cut an electrical line or nicked something. That's another big thing that can happen, and you don't really realize it until it's you're going to use the unit or grass warm there and check for icing on the unit. If you go out there again, like a big block of ice on that outdoor unit, there's really nothing can be done at that point. It's going to take at least a day or two to thaw out. I mean, the best thing you can do is call and make an appointment with your HVAC person who you use for air conditioning service. Have them just aware that you're going to need service as soon as that thaws out, because there's no sense in the HVAC tech coming out at that point and checking your air conditioning system, because he's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to have to wait for it to thaw out naturally, and that's really the only course of action you can take there. So that's another thing, and that can usually be stopped, like I said, by checking your air filters regularly and making sure they're not clogged, particularly if you have pets. The pet dander and hair can get into the filters and clog them, or if You have, laundry or linens or things like that that you hang in the same room as your air conditioning returns and feeds. That can block up everything. So, um, that's really all you can do there.
Okay. Awesome. That's a good list of things for people to go through, and like I said, depending on comfort level. So that's it for the questions for today. So Steve, thanks for taking your time to talk air conditioning. And do you want to give everybody again your phone number, your web address, and your location? So if people do want to contact you and ask you some questions or have you come out and give an estimate or take a look at their systems, they know how to get a hold of you.
Sure. The name of our company is RFOHL. That's RFOL. And our phone number is 610-377-1098. Our website is www.rfohl.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We have a website. Check it out. You can contact us through email. That's info@rfohl.com. And our location is 400 Interchange Road, Lehigh, PA.
Okay, awesome. Well, Steve, thanks for taking time out to talk to us, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.